everybody to World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Emily Gomer and a podcast engineer here. I'd like to bring you another episode of the World of Ability, which we are here every Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Central, and I'd love to have all of you join us. If you're interested in joining us, let us know. You can get that taken care of. The network and the show were started just under 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years a month from now. 2020, which was the 30th anniversary of the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA, by then President George H.W. Bush. And show and network were started by our own Kurt Reskoff and one of our partners, Marcus Hart, of Transforming Media. I guess a little bit of my connection here is that I do have a autism diagnosis, and I was diagnosed a number of years ago, and have been a part of the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin for the past 4 or 5 years, and I've been planning a adult autism conference every year, and so this year it's November 2nd. So anybody looking for more information, we do have a website, integralautism.org. Everybody can look into, but I see we have our wonderful friend, neighborhood, Deby Miller here. Welcome, Deby. Thank you for joining us.
I'm gonna cooperate today.
Oh boy. But so would you like to refresh everybody about what you do? I know you're with LegalShield. You paid legal as one. Would to say a little bit about that and refresh everybody's memory.
Thank you. Yes, I am with LegalShield and IDShield, two products that are not actually new, but a lot of people are still unaware that we exist. But our legal plan for the whole family, you can actually have access to attorneys with simply an app on our phone. Subscription model. So we actually have already picked attorneys in every state that meet our criteria and agree to work with us. But we cover every area, and we've covered now all of the United States and most of Canada. And you can call in and ask advice on any issue. And advice is at no extra charge, just your monthly subscription. So that's pretty wonderful. And as a thank you for being a member, you can actually have your wills written. And next year, if you need to update them because you filed, moved homes, or whatever the case might be, you can always update them. I know that was a big issue when my father-in-law died. Mom had to update her will, and she was charged $3,000 to get his name off of her will. And so having LegalShield, she could have had that same help for a whole lot less. Had a lot of other issues. And Shield. We also have protection. In this day and age, we all can find ourselves in some pretty scary issues. Having identity protection, somebody else watching over all those other places, and the dark web to make sure you doesn't share is not just one person is covered for our $33 a month plan, but full family up to children up to age 18. So that's a pretty great benefit. And if something happens, when something happens, we have access to experts to take care of the issue for you, so you're not trying to understand where to go and what all to do. So it's a great way to help all of our families and stay protected.
Yeah, it's important to or I mean, 'cause you never know when will come up that you might need it. I mean, or certain things don't come up, but they do, and so it's always a good thing to know about or have, right?
But yeah, but it's strange the things that you can come up with that we would never think of as being an issue. One of my daughter-in-laws got a phone call from the hospital checking on her to see how she was doing after her surgery, except she hadn't had surgery.
Oh boy.
And so, I mean, that was kind of weird on its own, but then, so you don't know whether somebody just used her information and then maybe her
Right.
information is all messed up at the hospital, which is really scary because of all the HIPAA laws now. She couldn't just go and make sure it was her information. She had to have like our licensed investigators take care of that. But also the hospital was okay that they'd already sent the bill to her insurance, and they weren't going to stop inform the insurance company that this was the wrong person. They just expected to get their money from her insurance company, even though it wasn't her. So the police and the identity protection guys got to help with that. So strange things that happen in our daily life.
Yeah. I hope that gets taken care of.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
It was
Okay.
Quickly, but it certainly is mind-boggling when you start thinking about all the possibilities of things that could have happened because of that. So
with like total like ID theft, just with the hospital, with like other things and stuff too. So
right, yeah. But unfortunately, a lot of us just think that identity theft is when they steal your credit card when you went to the lunch someplace. They stole your numbers and they're going to go and, I mean, I've had people say they found somebody bought stuff in California using my information. I'm like, well, that's interesting because I've never been to California personally, but so it wasn't me, obviously. But identity theft really has to do more with a lot of other things, not just your bank account. And so, well, especially like with the hospital here in Kansas City, you don't really, I mean, when you go to the hospital, the emergency room, they just ask for your name and you give them a name. And then they're like, well, is this your address? Is this your phone number? Is this your social security number? Is this your doctor? And you just sit there and say, yes, yes, yes. And, and then they might ask for your identification, but if you don't have it, it's no big deal, like, well, we'll get it later kind of thing. And so pretty much you could be anybody when you went to the hospital. And, if I have some strange disease or cancer or something, my information becomes your information and gets all messed up. And so if somebody gets to the hospital, this thing could end up, the wrong blood type or other medications that you were allergic to that had been in your records but now weren't in your records. And so it could get really scary fast.
Yeah, because they're both like the same name, or here I mean, people have like the same name or similar spellings or like that kind of thing. So if you're not paying attention, yeah.
So, well, even here in Kansas City, my husband's name, there's a couple other paint contractors when he was a contractor, and so bills or people thinking they were a person, and because I mean that's a real simple explanation. A lot of times nowadays, unfortunately, that's not the reason why the stuff is getting messed up.
Yeah.
So I love that our legal plan also helps with families with, well, I mean, obviously with our children up to the age of 26, even those that are going off to college here soon. But also when we have family members that have learning disabilities or health, physical disabilities or other kind of disabilities, our plan actually includes them as well. So they can be covered and be able to have the protection that they need no matter what's going on.
Yeah, it's important as well.
Yeah, a lot of our parents are now in the needing to do wills and having, I know several people that have children that they're hoping at least will outlive them, but they're not able to actually live on their own. So they're going to need to have someone in their will to care for them for, in whatever capacity is needed. And so they can write the will and, keep the will updated annually if needed, because of different possibilities of changes in health needs for themselves and or the different people in the family. Benefits with our LegalShield plan.
Yeah, it's very good with them. You never know when something's going to happen, and somebody's not around that you're nothing. So yeah. So you've been in the LegalShield for a while, haven't you? It's been, yeah.
I've been with LegalShield about 8 years, so it's been able to help quite a few people. Need to help more. There's still so many people that don't know about us. So, and I guess since mom when mom had will and that $3,000 bill came in, that's kind of helped not necessarily change the focus, but add, because so many of their will already written that it was taken care of, and many things have changed, especially during COVID. A lot of them had to update their health directives. Some families, of course, had family members that were in their will that died, and so that meant more changes to the will. So being able to keep it updated without spending thousands of dollars each time is a great benefit.
Have you any other fun stories or interesting stories that you have to share about any?
I have lots of stories.
I'm sure you do.
Lots of stories. Let me think. One of the stories that I've been reminding people of just lately, because June has been homeowners a month, or at least for one of the many per month. But with the homeowners ownership month, HOAs sometimes have some strange rules. I had a friend who got I don't know if it was technically considered a ticket, but it was pretty much a ticket, $25 for weeds in his yard. And he lived in a pretty nice neighborhood. He had a lawn care service that took care of his property, and he had no idea that there were weeds in his yard. And of course, with the ticket, wasn't any explanation like the weeds are in this corner over there or over in the flower bed or anything. So he didn't know where the weeds were, and he couldn't find any weeds. And so he just thought it was a joke, really. Except before too long, he found that he had a lien on his home because he hadn't paid the $25 ticket for the weeds that were in his yard. And his home was worth a lot of money. So he called his legal firm and discussed. He sent over a copy of the ticket and then this lien document that he was given. And when the attorneys checked it over, they sent a letter to the Homeowners Association that requested pictures of the weeds and to know who had seen the weeds and some other things that they needed to make it official. And he said if they didn't have these things, that they would needed to cease and desist with this whole program that they had. Well, there really weren't any weeds in his yard, and so because there was an attorney doing something, saying these things, the attorneys of the HOA actually had to clean up this mess, and there wasn't any weeds to be taken care of. But it was really strange that they could actually put a lien on your home for something as silly as $25, but for things that weren't even there.
Right. Yeah, very.
Yeah, it's like, well, thank you very much. And there was no extra charge for the letter. It was just part of his membership that he got to call in and ask for advice in the situation, and the letter was written. We also had, well, I know a family whose child was being bullied at school, and when, of course, the family and the school tried to have a meeting, connecting of the minds kind of thing, get to them to understand, the kids to understand, and the teachers to take care of it. And when that didn't work, they called the legal team. A letter was written, sent to all of the teachers that this child were in the rooms of the principal and superintendent and all sorts of people. Even the nurse, I believe, at the school got a letter and just outlined all the things that needed to take place to protect the child. And when a little bit of taking, but still, the child bullying still could get his hands on the child and actually choked him till he passed out more than once after this letter. And so the second letter was written, and this time it was a lot more, even to the first letter was kind of scary to most of us, would thought, but the second letter was quite serious, and it even included that if things didn't change, consider the police called in a situation and dealt with. So things did actually change. The first letter I know was just part of the membership. The second letter might have had a cost, But again, it would be anything near thousands of dollars like it could have been at a different law firm. Our attorneys are very good at getting things accomplished and to protecting our members, and that's what we appreciate and love them for. And also, we love that they're human beings. You know, when you call up, you don't have to worry about being treated like you're the, you know, like how could you not know how to do this, or how come you can't take care of this yourself? They're very compassionate and helpful, and they want to be there to help take care of us.
Yeah. So if so if somebody was looking at LegalShield and wanting to I don't know, become a member or whatever it is, like what would they have to do to like become a part of LegalShield and be able to have access to the attorneys and so on?
Yes, they can certainly contact me. I have a website that they can go on and sign up. It's a monthly subscription, as I mentioned. It's about $29.95 a month for the legal plan, and I think about $34 with our full identity protection plan. And they can sign up online if they want to actually be someone who sells it to other people, because we're looking for those as well. That we right now, the monthly subscriptions are every single month, but to become an associate, someone who can actually sell the membership to other people, is a $49 one-time lifetime fee. So, and it's a great way, especially right now for teachers, people that are maybe in between jobs. We keep hearing about a lot of people who are finding out lately that their job is disappearing in the next so many weeks. We just heard another big layoff in just the last few days from uh, a machinist company is closing, or several offices or locations. So there's a lot of people that are looking for work, and this is a great way to make some extra money over the summer. I know one friend made $5,000 just in the summer for her family, and so that was a great extra little benefit in between other things. And it's not something you have to work at like 8 hours a day. I know people that do it a couple of hours a week, a couple of hours in the evening, a day or two, and can make a really nice income.
Awesome.
So I can put my information. We're posting this, so that my website is easy to just click and connect. I can put my phone number. They can call me to get my information.
Awesome. I know we met through the Happy Neighborhood Project. I don't know anything about anything about what the Happy Neighborhood Project is, or what your experience with it's been like, or anything like that.
I love the Happy Neighborhood Project. It's a great place to meet and connect with friends and old friends. And you and I, even I've been to Wisconsin many times. I would never have met you without Happy Neighborhood Project.
Right.
It's been a great way to make connections, even in places where you do go, but in areas where maybe you haven't connected. I love free networking, and that was one of the great things that I found in Happy Neighborhood Project. Of course, the name Happy kind of gets you right off the bat. Especially in the last few years, a lot of people were looking for ways to help keep happiness in their lives, and so that has been one of the good things about our group, we have about a dozen meetings now every week that people from actually around the globe can connect with and network virtually on the platform called Go Brunch. And in fact, today we had a meeting at 11 o'clock Central Time. We had people from the UK, from the East Coast, two of us from Kansas City at metro area, and somebody from Minnesota. And we all got to meet and learn from each other, learn about each other, but also to just help and encourage each other. And, if I know something that you haven't learned maybe yet, whether it's about LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, I can help you learn it, or you can show me some things that you've learned. And we have no clue about all this podcasting stuff, and you do an amazing job getting it all set up and getting it out there and all sorts of places. So lots of skills that I have no idea. Appreciate all the things that you do to help keep us out there in the public's eye.
You're welcome. And we have several others. I know Debbie's been on at least one of the other ones as well. A couple of the other ones. Like about the MK on Wednesdays. The DC Today Show. Women. And then our PDH Mission Monday. So if anyone's interested in joining us in any of our shows, to let us know here.
Also, Emily, you have their the Happy Neighborhood Project B2B, business to business group that Kurt and you and Tom Bartholomew. So that's been a really good place to meet new connections and get chat and learn things from. So I appreciate your help there as well.
Yeah, like we'll have other meetings. And just there's the B2B, there's the one as well. But I see that we have Marianne. Hi, Marianne. Marianne of Waikiki.
Hola, Emily.
How was Marianne today?
Extremely hot.
So Marianne's another. So Marianne's another person we met through the Happy Neighborhood Project. Who is author, app game developer, sign language interpreter, and so on. So Marianne, do you want to say anything about what you've got going on with your project, or any updates, anything like that?
Hola, who do we have on the show today, Emily? Thank you so much for hosting this World of Ability every Saturday.
Yeah, it's just you, me, and Deby Miller at the moment, and I think Kurt's.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to say what your any updates with what you guys got going on?
Well, hopefully Leon McLaughlin will be joining us. Let me turn down the music here. It's been extremely hot here in San Carlos, Mexico. So we're getting organized and staying inside and getting plenty of food and water and everything. So we had a very busy week. So thank you, Emily, for hosting the World of Ability and connecting us with Zoom with some different links. And we were able to be on the Zoom with Greenpeace, organization that is getting people together to write letters for climate change to Congress. And thank you, Emily. We networked with some other people with their projects, and hopefully they'll join us in future shows. I'm Marianne Ambrose, Marianne of Waikiki. I'm the author and Apple game developer of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk man as puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and soundtrack by Lucy and the Perfect Wave. Lucy just responded to a Facebook. She posted how much it was costing for just some bananas, fruits, and some rye bread. And anyway, people were quoting it was probably $30 to $40, $50 in Hawaii, Whole Foods. And I said, well, it's $5 here in San Carlos, Mexico. So I'm grateful that we're able to share on Facebook. Lucy is actually the singer with the soundtrack of the Acts of Kindness series. Leanne McLaughlin met with her in Honolulu, Hawaii on World Water Day in Waikiki in March. And we're using her beautiful angelic voice to create videos for the United Nations and for our Acts of Kindness series project. And when Leanne comes on, he can talk a little bit more. So I don't know, Emily, can you send the Zoom link to Leanne again? I got into a different room and they transferred me over to this breakout room. So I don't know if we are on a different Zoom link, but if you could be kind to send it to Leon. So we're all working on our projects. It's very exciting this week because I'm working with my writer, Suzanne Sims. We're on chapter 3 for the book, Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change. And again, we got to be on Greenpeace this week and share the story of Cool Acts of Kindness, how we want to feature a penguin or penmanship who teaches us and helps us to write letters to Congress for climate change. And they have different events that are coming up on how to letter write. Deby, I believe you're in Arizona, and they can send you letters to send to your Congress people in Arizona and California. So Deby, you want to follow up with Emily and get that information so you can help and be part of this Greenpeace movement, especially because they're featuring your states and your Congress people. And we also completed chapter 3. I'm very excited with that, sharing that with Leon. And I also joined a disability group that I met through Awesome Foundation. And Awesome Foundation gives $1,000 a month to people who post their projects in different states, and they also have for disability. And they have created this jam that started yesterday. I was having some technical difficulties to actually join, but we uploaded the information to get my app games recognized by them. So the next couple of weeks, they're going to be working with app developers, I guess creating some teams. Not quite sure that much about it, but we're uploading everything that we can to be part of this Awesome Foundation disability app game developers. So it's exciting. And the good news is I have a new iPhone being brought down to me in San Carlos, Mexico from my neighbor. They just shipped it. She called me this morning. I'll be receiving a new iPhone, so I shouldn't have any issues with being locked out from Apple, and we can move forward to upload the app that was rejected. I can be able to download some apps and move forward with that. And I'm still seeking somebody who wants to donate an Apple laptop to me, as my Apple laptop took its toll over the years, and I'm so grateful that I was able to use it and work with my fiber team in Pakistan. So we are just getting all our done. Leon and his marketing team, he's coming up to the final end here. As we say, we're framing it, posted a picture yesterday. It was so ironic that I had put my books and Folk Manus catalog into this little like a box with a frame on, keep that vision going and keep it separated. And he was framing it, started actually framing the books and the puppet into like this frame. So then I went over and I called the Folk Manus company to let them know, Leon, to find out if we have a new catalog coming out. They'll be coming out with new puppets down the road. So we want to make sure if there's the right characters to incorporate it into this book. And we gave them the update too of how we're going to be marketing the books and the puppets into these locations when Leon makes that happen. So that's been our week. I got a call too from a sailing friend who worked for the airlines in Phoenix, who would fly over to Waikiki, and she is a sailor. And our sail instructor, Captain Bob, who was on the show at the beginning of the year talking about chiropractic, turned 89 years old. So I've invited him to join us on the show. So he may join us in the next hour. So it's been a great, busy, productive week in this heat. I encourage everybody to stay cool, don't overdo it. I mean, just because it's like 15 degrees more outside than it's normally registering, and it's the heat index, it's the humidity, and what we're getting to is we didn't get the storms that were hitting Mexico and Texas, but it's coming across the peninsula of Mexico, and we're getting some cloudy weather, etc. But we're in the extreme heat zone now, everybody, and I know everybody's feeling it. And grateful that I got some water, keeping it clean and organized here in the apartment with air conditioning, just being a little cost effective, putting the blinds up, turning down the lights, trying to not use as much electricity, moving some things out of my apartment so that I can get the airflow going, and just small little things. So just sharing the good news and, checking out my flashlights to make sure that, we're hurricane prepared. Got some extra provisions just in case, because we are entering hurricane and we're watching worldwide what is really happening. It is the people in need, flooding. We pray for everybody, good health, good water, hospitalization, all those kind of things. Appreciate everybody out there being of service. So that's my work. Hopefully, let's get Leon on here, Emily. And hi, Debbie.
Hi, Marianne. It's great to see you, and I'm glad to see that you're still working on getting your book information out. That's awesome. And I was wondering about the storm that I see is supposed to be getting stronger and stronger, how far it would go inland. So thanks for that information as well. Stay safe.
It's safe with being in all the heat and the other weather elements as well. Um, 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 so, I know we all, let me see.
So you're on the Gulf side in Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico, or are you on the west side of Mexico?
I'm sorry. I'm 6 hours south of Phoenix.
Okay.
And it's called San Carlos. And marinas down here, fishing, great beaches. Nice RV community here. A lot of Canadians come down here November to April. Great community. They do a lot of fundraising, especially Debbie for the SPCA. These groups do a lot of work, and they're out there. My friend Janice too. They go down and people, however they sponsor it, they can go pick up food, dog food, and help feed the street dogs or kittens. So they got their own community down here at the SBCA. A lot of fundraising from November to April, and there's a parrot head down here too. I believe there's some up in Arizona. Lorianne is a friend of mine down here that I met. She's the president, and we'll be fundraising for filters with Leon come this fall. So they're real excited. I've been sending them more photos and pictures of Leon with the filters going out to these different countries, different locations. He's just amazing. So she's going to pass that on to her board member, and hopefully we'll get him down here as well. Emily, I don't know if you can text Leon again to see if he can join us. And I know he's working on some major projects, and he'll be going to Las Vegas next week. And he was on the cover of Gold Coast magazine, being recognized, bringing water to children. So we're doing a lot of good activities and a lot of great fun. So Debbie, tell us about you. What do you do with the SPCA? What's your involvement? Anything like that? Any other community events with pets?
Now that Debbie Harris is in Arizona, and she's helping with working with the animals, and I'm sure she's busy with all the 4th of July things that will be coming up. And even here in Kansas City, we have a lot of people already getting excited about 4th of July and fireworks. So I'm sure there's a lot of animals here in Kansas City that need Debbie's mushrooms and different things to help get them through all of the fireworks and activities. And our friends in Canada are starting to celebrate their happy or Canada Day. So a lot of things going on. I'm glad to hear that Leon's got attention with the water and helping give water to clean water filters to different areas. A lot of the Indian areas need water filters, didn't they? Leon was able to work with them, and then also down on the Gold Coast. I've heard Leon mention several different places where he was working with getting the filters to the water so that children could have good water to drink. We all need good water to stay healthy for sure. And especially in all this heat down in a lot of areas, even here in the United States, it's hot pretty much all over the place. So we all need to stay hydrated and have healthy water, good clean water, even just for hand washing and keeping all of our things on our food clean and prepared carefully.
Yeah, I know Leon's done sent letters to like India, a few Indian reservations, and so those other places. I know he's done stuff like the like United Nations, and so on. With the whole water thing as well. And
Awesome. Well, Mary's book cover, Cool Acts of Kindness, helps remind us all to stay cool right now with the ice cubes and the water and the rainbow.
Yeah. But yeah,
I got some fun to share with you because
what's that?
we have our pool boys here, cleaning our pool outside our apartments. And I don't know if anybody have seen on Netflix, there's a movie, a new release, Selma the Unicorn, and they have the pool boys characters in there that dance around the pool. They have a little video. It's kind of funny. So these amazing pool guys, they speak Spanish, and I came out and I showed them the video, and they started cracking up, and they were showing their muscles and everything. So I can't wait for my books to come out into animation movies, just to show the characters, the puppets, being of service. And Emily, if you got a chance, can you bring up those videos that we have? Starting, the first one needs to be Love is the Only Way, that introduces Clean Water Foundation, starting in Seattle. And then the second one is Rich and Radiant I Am. And that is a recipient of a ostrich who receives water filters from Robo Motivation. So Emily, if you could pull that up, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good. A few minutes here.
So it's been great. A lot of brainstorming, a lot of creative work, networking, and funneling, creativity, other artists that I'm working with, see the vision and mission and getting that completed and finding funding. And it's all going to come together moving forward. And got good energy flow, and networking with the people here on the World of Ability. Thank you again, Ellie, Jay, Kurt, Sue Roscoff, Jay, Transform Umia, Lawrence Wingate, Happy Neighborhood Projects. All of us has brought us here.
And so I know, I know, Deby and I were a little bit about the Happy Neighborhood Project earlier. I saw a sign last night that said "Happy." I was like, so the Happy Neighborhood Project. I like that sign. Let me. The videos here. But hold on. But so this next week we have the 4th of July. This next Thursday. Do either of you have any big plans or anything for the holiday?
I think we're just doing family things, so hopefully you'll see a lot of family at one place to see fireworks. And I'm sure with 30 of us there, we kind of have our own. Add fireworks to 30 people, it makes a lot of racket, but fun times.
Well, I can imagine.
And it's outside. and like at Christmas. Having it together, especially
as I know, we are connected with a virtual booth platform called Easy Expo, and so we're having our first annual virtual picnic on next Thursday as well. So it's just kind of a fun time for everybody to get together, hang out, to show things about the Easy Expo. If anybody wants to have a booth created, or to sign as an attendee and connect with anybody who already has booth on the platform. That's kind of what the event is for. But I think I have videos here. So, Marianne, wanted to go prefer which order I play them in, or does it matter? Guess I can just play here.
your 4th of July event sounds pretty awesome. Have to spend some time on there, but I'm ready to see the videos.
So is Kurt and them doing water skiing events?
Yeah, he was at an event. I think he's connected, but I'm not sure if he's able to come on our dock or anything. But I know he's at an event a little bit ago. So, but I am going to play this videos here.
Love is the only way. Love is the only love is the only way. Take a breath. Let it be alright. Take a breath. Let it be enough right now. Let this moment be what it is. Let this moment be your doorway to bliss. Seeking love, 'cause it's seeking you.
And there's one there.
Okay.
The other one.
What'd you think, Debbie?
There.
What'd you think, Debbie?
There. Good. Yeah, Debbie must have stepped away here for a moment.
Okay, so if you can pull up the next one, and if you want to pull up my website, I can share the website after that until we wait for other guests to join us.
I serve Leon here too. Leon.
Hola!
Hey, how's it going?
Going fantastically. That's Marianne of YTT. I was just we just rolled the the video for the United Nations, Love is the Only Way, featuring Waterflow the whale and Robo Motivation, who accepts the water filters and rolls them around. So we're waiting for Emily to play the second one, Rich and Radiant I Am by Lucy Lynch, our singer in Hawaii.
Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah, I've seen some of the posts you had, and it was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Great marketing.
So here's the second one here.
So this is the recipient, Rich the ostrich.
Rich and radiant I am, rich and radiant I am. I am rich and radiant I am, rich and radiant I am. I am. Now is the time to realign with my truth so deep inside. I'm always provided for.
So that's just, so Leon, I just wanted to share with you, yesterday I spoke and I gave you an update. Our week, Suzanne and I, we've written chapter 3 so far, and I'm really excited the way it's rolling. And it was so funny. I was giving you an update and you said, we're framing it. And literally I was putting the Focus catalog and my 2 books and the Hermit Crab in like this picture frame, so I can use it as my vision board here in my studio here in San Carlos. So you got it right on the nail. We're framing it. So I posted that on Facebook. You saw that. I just started cracking up because we're so in sync, Leon. And after that, I called Folk Mana's Puppets. I spoke with Allison, who does the photography for the catalogs. They'll be coming out with some new puppets down the road. So I want to find out if there's any additional characters that we can put in Full Acts of Kindness. And I talked to her for about 15, 20 minutes, sharing the story again. We need to meet with Elaine Colas, the sales manager, because we are making this happen with these stores. And we're producing the books and the merchandise. We want to be able to get them out into these locations so we can share the bundles of books and puppets. They're so soft and cuddly, featuring Waterflow the whale for the love of water. And so I'm going to be sending them the videos as well, and they know that we're going to need to have a marketing meeting pretty soon. So Leon, give us an update what you've been up to.
Yeah, been talking to one of the top producers from Amazon Prime Video that I'll be doing a show with in Vegas. I'll be there July 5th to the 10th, and on one of the days, the 8th, I'll be actually doing the show. We're working out the time now for the show that I'll be doing. And it's the same producer that produced my Bill and Melinda Gates Discovery Party 5 years ago. And we celebrated our 5th year anniversary just recently for some of the solar water units that I had designed. That's actually, one of them is in the Bill and Melinda Gates Museum, Discovery Center Museum, and also World Vision's Display Center, with some of the solar water units that we've been putting in over 40 different countries around the world. So that's some really great news. Talking to the private equity group that's looking by the end of July to start that funding so we can start working on those water, coffee, juice bar stores to put your puppets and books in, along with Dr. Emoto books in. So that's going good too. And everything seems to be going smoothly with no hiccups on that deal. They're expediting the contestants like really quick. They hired an extra law firm. So the people that's going for loans, they're expediting their deals, so that's good. The extra law firm, and they were telling me today, yeah, the lender is actually expediting the folks' loans, the borrowers' loans, to open up those stores. So that's really, really good. So things are going really well on that end. Like I said, the biggest thing to be with one of the top producers from Amazon Prime Video, and that should be a great video that we come out with. I'll send you guys the link once it airs, along with the stores opening up, which is really great news. So things are going good. Actually getting ready to send some water units out to Thailand. So I'll be doing a photo shoot, and you'll see me posting that on social media later today, picking up those water units for some children in Thailand that'll be receiving these water units that we have. So things are going, really, really well. It couldn't be better. How they say, just when you thought it was great, it got even greater. And, we already got that translation. Once we get that funding with the Great Discovery, they did that sample bill with me speaking in Spanish. So imagine once we get that going, to be talking in Thai and in all those 100 different languages. That's going to be some great promotions, along with what, like I said, you're doing with the books and puppets. So things are going really well. Couldn't be better. And if anybody want to join us, they can go to www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. We're looking at doing a concert in Salvador and for children. And we're looking for any musicians that would want to join us. If anybody we're a 501c3. $150, get 50 people drinking water from the water units have, and the filters takes out viruses and contaminants. So yeah, www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org if you want to check out what we're doing and join us. Working together works. So yeah, things are going really well.
Great. Well, Leon, I want to share too with the audience that you can get the Acts of Kindness series books available on Amazon. And the Folkman's Puppets. I went into studio during the pandemic and recorded Underwater Acts of Kindness into an audio book. The chapters have the soundtrack of Lucy and the Perfect Wave, Lucy's angelic voice, and Nick's guitar sounds like whales and dolphins. So all those books are available on Amazon. And the good news is that all classroom teachers in the United States of America can go on donorschoose.org and request copies of the books for every single student and coloring books, and then they post it and somebody will come through and fund it. Several years ago, Good Morning America raised millions of dollars for teachers requesting products from Donors Choose one weekend. And last year, Back to School in Honolulu, Hawaii, Subaru Hawaii donated $25,000 to teachers requesting products from Donors Choose. So it's a win-win for everybody, Leon. And so we need to get people educated of how they can get these books and puppets. And Leon, this week we had guests here at our apartment complex. They were friends of the landlords, and his name is Diego. And Diego brought his 3 daughters down, and we were swimming in the pool. And Gabby loves reading books, so I had my books here. She got to briefly review it. And Diego, her dad, is actually a principal math teacher in Arizona at a middle school. And so the kids love seeing at least the outline of the books. I showed them the videos I do. So Emily, I don't know if you can pull one of those up of the signing characters. Dr. Fingers, finger spelling hermit crab, Chelsea the courageous sign language chicken, Eve the finger, and Greta Gobble on the golf course, which I can't wait, Leon, for you to have televisions, TV screens, iPads in these juice, coffee, water bars where everybody's watching the books or playing, knowing the characters and sitting down with family and learning the ABCs and having a good time talking about ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, how we can be better for climate change. And so it's all exciting. So anyway, I'm going to be shipping out the books to him next week, and he's going to bring it to his school board. So what a blessing I had this week. Not only to hang out with the children, having them in the pool and exercising because it's so hot down here, so I'm spending a lot of quality time in this pool here. And but anyway, that's one of our testimonials that's going to happen in Tucson, Arizona. And also, I got a newsletter from Hollywood from Reese Witherspoon's new organization called Hello Sunshine, where they feature women entrepreneurs and they have a book club. So next week, we'll be sending out books to her organization in Hollywood. So you never know what can happen down in Beverly Hills when you open up that store. We get some more people involved, especially Hello Sunshine. So I'm excited to send these books out to these people. So
yeah,
great
what
fun.
you're doing is brilliant. And to tell you also that we're working with American Airlines nonprofit airline ambassadors, and the CEO just came out with a book called Wings of Love that's on Amazon, and we'll be putting that in the stores along with your books. So yeah, building these relationships up that we got, this bundle package is going to be totally awesome. And like you said, with Joe Wright doing the marketing, who was the top marketing guy for Kellogg's, and Kraft Foods is joining us to help us with the marketing. And now that we have teamed up with American Airlines nonprofit called Airline Ambassadors, the CEO with the book called The Wings of Love on some things that we're going to be doing in El Salvador. And they actually, the president of El Salvador endorsed her book. And once we get our bundle package together, I think to have him endorse your book would be great too. So I'm glad you mentioned that. And like I say, what you're doing on social media with them still shots is great package. You know, we're all teaming up to do this. So it's some wonderful things happening.
Yeah, and I also wanted to share with you too, Leon and Emily again, was we're applying for Awesome Foundation Disability, not only in Honolulu, where Suzanne received $1,000 for her play, Thrift Store the Musical, but we're also applying in the different states, and we're hoping that Emily, starting at the beginning of the month, we have to apply every month, that Emily engineer, and she reaches out to these cities with persons with disabilities, and we could use that $1,000 to market with Jay, to have a corporate sponsorship, and Lucy's music, other different things that we can get the ball rolling, because Jay hires on persons with disabilities also, and they do a 12-week, I'm going to say a campaign. They could do that for us. So we're making it happen, and through that, recipient one, and it's persons with disabilities who are app game developers, and I was able to register with them this week. They're going to be doing some, what do you want to say? They're teaming up with other people, and I'm not sure about, I got to submit a lot of different things, and I'm working with a graphic designer in Pakistan who can help me upload the pictures to this website and organization to actually see the videos of the app game. So not only we have the video sent to you for the United Nations, we have 10 app games that need to get out there, Leon. So we're working, and so it'll be another couple of weeks for me to connect with them. They have some submission dates, and hopefully we can get things rolling with them, and that's just another platform for us as well. So it's been a busy week, and I want to thank Emily Leon. She gave us a Zoom link for us to join Greenpeace. I couldn't join from Mexico, but we joined the letter writing group, and able to share the story with them, share the story also with the great discovery this week, our testimonial, as that video you had created within an hour of you speaking in Spanish, and how we're waiting for funding so that we can translate my books into the 40 languages in these countries and price point it so that everybody can get these books as well. So it's been a great week of networking, introducing us. And Emily, I'm inviting everybody to the World of Ability podcast so we can have guest speakers. got introduced to a lady in San Diego who has a store featuring autistic products in San Diego. So she wants to join us as well. I met her. A great discovery. So a lot of these people are really helpful and helping us network, getting this information out. And we asked Greenpeace to find out who we can talk to so that we have permission to use their logo in the Cool Acts of Kindness book. And they loved it, especially the children's book. And so we'll see what happens down that way. So what they are doing was the letter writing. And again, thank you, Emily, for linking up the Zooms if we can down the road. And we invited them to come and speak on World of Ability is to find out and learn more. Because what they can do is they can send letters to your home. And they can help you out too with stamps. And they're focusing on Arizona and California. And Debbie Miller's in Arizona. Other people from Happy Neighborhood, Derek, and I know you're doing stuff in Arizona too with the Hopi, but they can send people letters, Leon, to their homes and to send to the Congress people in Arizona. And I sent you some slideshows on that, and I posted that with our World of Ability group as well. So much good things are happening, and I don't want to say making some noise. It works if you work it. We're framing it, Leon, and it's going to be a great 2024. So we're looking forward to this great summer and staying cool.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, you're exactly
Cool
right.
acts of kindness.
And I really
Cool
like what you said about what you said about the letters, because when I sat down with the leaders of the Hopi and Navajo tribe a few months ago, they said that would help tremendously. So that what you said about being able to create that and send those out to the congressmen and senators, I think is an awesome idea, and they definitely approve that tactic. So I'll let them know about that's what we'll be working on, and I think they're going to be very pleased. I have to go and pick up these units to send to Thailand, and I'll be doing a photo shoot and sending it out to everyone. But thank you for having me on the show. And I'll be in Vegas, like I said, and I'll keep you guys updated on when we're going to be doing, when the link come out on this show I'm doing with one of the top executive producers of Amazon Prime Video. So you guys take care. I'll be sending out the pictures, getting ready to get these kids some water units in Thailand right now. So take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Leon.
All right, adios, amigo.
All right, adios.
Framing it. We're framing it. We're framing
That's
it.
it. That's brilliant.
I just wanted to clarify. Debbie Miller is in Kansas City, and Debbie Hayes is in Arizona. But I see that we have Tommy Tongue joining us. So hi, Tommy. What are your thoughts on what's been going on?
Glad to be here. No, just love the kindness and the help that's going out to help people across the world, right? So yeah, fantastic. So, and Marianne, I put in the chat. I found the website, the Donors Choose. I wasn't sure what keywords we can use in there to find the books that you have, because I know, and I'm part of an organization called Trail Life, and you've offered that our troop can get some of the books as well. So I love that. Marianne, if you want to unmute yourself again, or
Sure. Thank you, Tommy. So glad to see you, and I'm so glad we met through Happy Neighborhood Projects and to be on this Saturday World of Ability podcast. Thank you, Sue and Kurt Roskoff, because we're making it happen. And so yeah, Tommy, in 2017, I came back from my sailing book signing tour in Florida. And my special education friend, Marilyn Rogers, a retired teacher, introduced me to Donors Choose. So we met at Starbucks. She brought her laptop. And basically, it's really easy. A teacher just needs to go on to Donors Choose. They need to have a teacher ID. And what she did, she requested 50 books of underwater acts of kindness because it was for ocean cleanup, social emotional learning curriculum, sign language. And she posted it, and within 2 weeks she got funded. Then what happens is then Amazon shipped out the books, And I went out after the children, the students read the book, and I went out and did a slideshow presentation with the puppets and the ASL fingerspelling alphabet and talking story about the chapters and ocean cleanup and what we're all doing. And the principal was there, the other teachers were there. We were the talk of the town, so to speak, of the sophisticated hula. So it's really easy. We also have Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully available, and Righteous Acts of Kindness. So again, you can request the books, and we have coloring books that are almost completed. We're just doing the revisions. And Tommy, we've created 4 YouTube videos. The Acts of Kindness series, YouTube kids videos with kindness from Trevor Gibbs, who we met through Happy Neighborhood Projects. He's make sure your website's ADA compliant. He's a web detective. So he helped me upload these 4 videos of the characters doing the ASL fingerspelling alphabet. Now, Tommy, there's no sound because we want people to be able to focus, and you can learn with the characters such as Chelsea the Courageous Sign Language Chicken, Eve the fingerspelling bumblebee, Dr. Fingers the fingerspelling hermit crab, and Greta Gobble on the golf course. And then you can go and play the 10 Apple app games that we've created so far with funding from the pandemic. And so it's great fun for everybody. So again, a teacher just needs to take 10 minutes with a teacher ID, request the books. Now, Tommy, again, when I came back that year, Good Morning America raised millions of dollars for Donors Choose over a weekend. And last year, back to school in Honolulu, Hawaii, Subaru gave $25,000 to teachers in Hawaii requesting products for their classroom and schools. So this is how we're kind of multiplying and getting it out there. And again, it's donorschoose.org. So the books are on Amazon. It's like a la carte. You go on and you can select products, books. I know Marilyn, she requested like carpeting, air conditioning. She also requested a teapot set, so to speak, a coffee pot set, because she was teaching her students how to eventually like maybe get a job at Starbucks. So going around, making the coffee, selling the coffee to the students or the teachers, principals, you know, exchanging money, learning math, customer service, all that. And she got funded. And it was amazing. And share those stories. So again, donorschoose.org.
That's a fantastic object lesson, right? Where they can actually, you know, figure out how much, you know, make it stronger, or, you know, making coffee is not so simple, right, as you think. And then just having that interaction with selling it. So that's fantastic. So, okay,
Yeah.
well, thanks much for
And
that.
actually employment for persons with disabilities in the future too.
Yeah, I mean you know, gets them familiar with some of the process and the, you know, the lingo about, oh, you know, how strong it is, how much do you want cream or, you know, sugar and stuff like that. So awesome.
So what have you been up to?
Well, let's see. I wanted to, you know, as you mentioned that the ASL, my daughter's actually taking an ASL class, so it's one of those things like, oh, I'm going to introduce her to the websites for the acts of kindness, and you know, maybe she can do some of those as part of her. She's got projects she has to do and homework, so maybe it'll hopefully that'll inspire her a little bit, get that done. And she's in junior college, but for myself, still doing living insurance. You can use while you're alive, and providing that to other people. I think one of the we have established more in our office is more regular introductions to what we do, so that people we've met, you know, over the past few years through Happy Neighborhood Project and other networking groups, I can just introduce them to, you know, connect in on one of the weekends. I'm here at my office today in Santa Clara, but we just had a presentation and it's Zoom accessible. So yeah, just being able to provide that to people I've met so that they have a better understanding. I mean, you know, a lot of times we network and we can only have a few minutes of introduction of what we do, but then it's not just me. It's some of our other leaders are training about what living insurance entails and where it started. So, and that's one of the, I guess we call it the movement of financial fitness, physical fitness, and then lifetime to enjoy both. But yeah, doing that, doing some in-person events, and then one of the groups that I mentioned before was Trail Life USA, and that's an outdoor program for boys between the age of 5 to 18, and it's across the U.S. nation. And unfortunately, we're not international yet because it's all dependent on just the kind of the U.S. base right now. And if you know anybody who's got children those ages or people who have connections with them, I'd love to be able to connect people to that program. And one of the things that from the Disability Channel and this group has been able to kind of expose people with disabilities. It's open to anyone and anyone who just either loves the outdoors or just wants to get introduced to the outdoors. But it's one of these things where we're teaching just the adventure program, life skills, leadership skills, as well as building of faith and their character. So if you know anybody who's got those, and there's a girls component called American Heritage Girls as well. So you can go to those websites and look for troops in your area.
Awesome. I just want to share with you, Tommy, too, is my writer and I, Suzanne, we're both in Mexico, and we're working on the climate change book. We've written chapter 3 for Clean Water Foundation and part of the series. We'll be introducing Water Flow the whale and Robation, Rich the ostrich. So I don't know if you were able to see the videos from Emily. If you could play them again, I would love to share them with Tommy here. You can see we made a video for United Nations, like a trailer, so you can see the vision and characters in the animation movies with a song by Lucy Lynn. And so we're on chapter 3, and we're making this book a short book, but it's going to be a camp for clients. So we're thinking of camps. We have a yellow bird, Greta Thunberbird, who's a camp for the children, and Lucy will come in and sing. And now we're brainstorming of creating the book. Well, we'll have Leon come in, a speaker, and bring the T-shirts from Clean Water Foundation, Water Flow, The Whale for the Love of Water, and Dr. Emoto's books. And that too, doing the science project with Kate, where the crystallizations of water, when you put and use words such as love, the beautiful crystallizations, when you see how ugly it becomes. They also did it with rice. And so you can research some of those. Those are great books to read for your summer projects with your campers. And we're working on that, so it's pretty exciting. And then I think we're probably going to have me come in as a guest speaker in the book, and then Auntie Renee. So we're creative, great fun, but it's a summer camp for climate change. We're going to feature a bee called Bee of the Queen, who's gardening with a character. It's great fun to create games. Spoken with green organization in the back on the cover here. If you're up there in the corner, you can see a penguin. His name is Mr. Penguin. He's writing letters to climate change. I don't know if you heard, able to link us up on Zoom. You can Mexico. To send to Congress people in your area, and I know they're doing Arizona, and I know they're doing California. So I want to get information, the slideshows that we got, Tommy, so that we can all do our part and be of service. So it's been a very busy week. I also got introduced to Awesome Foundation Disability gives $1,000 grant every month to a recipient. We're encouraging Emily to apply so she can receive to bring this more onto the Livability podcast. And they have Apple game developers with disabilities. So they have this new jam that started for the next couple of weeks. So I'm uploading and applying to get my apps up there and the videos. And I have to submit some things. There's a lot of things happening, but it's all good work. So it's been a very busy week, and I'm very happy that we're moving forward, especially with Leon too. So that's what I wanted to share with you as well. So how's your cousin doing in California? Is she working with different technologies for the hard of hearing disabled community?
Oh,
Teresa?
talk about Teresa, my distant cousin, whatever. Yeah, she's been doing well. I haven't seen her much online. I think she may have changed her role within that the business she was in. She was helping to provide I think it's phone services. So whenever you pay your phone bill, other taxes or fees that are associated on the end, and she worked with that. I guess the California authority, at least the statewide tax that was added, and it's the California authority for maybe hearing impaired or things. So she was providing the services now that those funds went to, which was providing phones either with larger numbers or bigger screens, if that's the case, or just the ability to increase the volume on them so that people with that hearing impairment could use the phones a little bit better. So, but yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. I got to reach out to her.
Yeah, well, we would love to have her on the World of Abilities show to learn more information. And I kind of have a crazy story to share with you. I had a replacement refrigerator here, and I had 2 refrigerators in my apartment. And I have a little ringing in my ears. And well, I made some hamburgers, and I haven't had soy sauce in a while. And I made some soup with some salt in it. And gosh, I woke up like a day later, and I hear this buzz. And I'm like, oh my God, you really overdid this. Little soy sauce in a packet really set off your tinnitus from ringing in the ears. It wouldn't stop, but it was a different type of frequency of ringing in my ears. And I'm like going around the apartment, and then I'm like, it's got to be somewhere outside. Okay, something's going on, right? Because I'd go out and then I didn't hear it. And guess what? It was the refrigerator. Refrigerator motor has this buzz. And there's no way I can live with it. And so they're going to replace it. But anyway, just sharing some of those things with hard of hearing and which can interfere with hearing on the phone. There's been times too, I had to put my headset on. Because it can come and go. So anyway, so that was I wanted to share that story too. So I wasn't going that crazy. Especially because we have 500 million people worldwide now with a hearing loss. We have millions of moms and dads coming home from being upset, can't hear their own children. Tinnitus, ringing in the ear, affects millions of people, especially the military. And the military can get benefits for tinnitus, ringing in the ear. So we're just sharing the good news. And I know Emily and Kurt, Sue, they support the veterans. Their project Die Hard too is part of the show, so we want to support everybody too, and we'd love to hear from Teresa to find out some other solutions and options for everybody worldwide. And I just got chiropractic treatment again, and I feel amazing. Some of that ringing in the ears is lessened, and chiropractic really does help because it goes to 1 and 2, 3 C's that affect your hearing and can realign you with misplaced energy. And I want to give a shout out because at the beginning of the year, I had Captain Bob Kairos join us. He's a retired chiropractor. He was my sail instructor in Honolulu, Hawaii. He just turned 89 years old, and I was hoping he could join us. And anyway, he took me and my deaf friend out sailing, and what a great experience. And he has been on the show too again, talking about chiropractic treatment, and I couldn't have done as much sailing if I did him right there in the marina working on me after sailing. But I learned a lot from him, and his wife was an acupuncture instructor at the clinics there in Honolulu. So I was grateful that not only I got chiropractor and acupuncture, and we learned a lot from that. So happy birthday, Captain Bob, 89 years old. Wow, I got to sail the Hawaii oceans with you. So mahalo.
To bring it back to Deb, do you have any thoughts on it's been the conversation or anything else?
With the 89 years old, I'm not close to that. Don't have a story about that I can think of about an 89-year-old. So, Tom, it's good to see you and your trail life guides there. I know that's a great thing for keeping all of our young men trained to be growing up into the man world, and it's great to hear that there's a young ladies group as well. So, well, Emily, I think you programmed tonight or today, and I'll just turn it back over to you.
Yeah, it was earlier today. It was I think it was National Guiding all of our guys today, or men. And also, I think it was like insurance awareness, something about insurance, and then interesting. I just thought of that when you came on insurance. But I think we are sort of to sort of the end here. I go around, and if anybody has any last thoughts that they'd like to say today or anything else. Do you have any last thoughts? I'll go around here.
No, I really appreciate you inviting me here and sharing and learning more. I think is one of the key things. Every time I pop into one of these events, I learn a little bit more about what's going on in the world, as well as how we're helping people. And as we look forward to Independence Day this coming Thursday too, I thank you for the servicemen who've kept our country free. And from the get-go of our country is an independent country, and looking forward to that celebration, as well as just being safe out there. So have a safe 4th of July. A great weekend this weekend.
It'd be great too to check out Emily's 4th of July program that you're going to do virtually. That'll be awesome.
A virtual celebration there, virtual, so anyone can join from around the world. Awesome.
Yeah, if it's just for a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the time on that in your mountain time, right?
So pretty much all day. So 8 a.m.
You going past?
So 8 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Pacific to or was it all day? So if anybody has any that's in there.
Hop on at different times and still enjoy the whole day.
Yeah.
Great.
Enjoy the day with Emily as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Emily, for all of this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Emily. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Yeah, you. Marianne, do you have any last thoughts? Or Debbie, any other thoughts before we end here?
Awesome. Stay safe, everybody. And my information will be in the chat somewhere. Let's chat.
Adios. Thank you, Tommy. Let's get the books to the campers.
All right. So I'd like to thank everybody who joined us today. Again, we are here every Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Central. If anybody is interested in joining us, let us know. We can get you that taken care of, whether it's this show or any other shows. To special thanks to our partners of our Assertive Transfer Video, Zach Clayton of the Pack Channel, Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios, and Jay of Disability Channel for their support of the network and our shows and replaying them. And so, I guess until next time, everybody have a safe and productive week and happy holidays. And see everybody next time. See everybody.